Hello everyone, we're coming to you from Bishop Foley High School in Madison Heights. Today TV3 Sports presents high school football between Aquinas and Bishop Foley. We've got an excellent ball game for you today, perfect day for football. I'm Bob Lundowski, my partner today, Phil Biondi. Phil, we got the makings of a fine football game.
That's very true, Bob. This game is of paramount meaning in the league. Both Aquinas and Bishop Foley are in first place. Foley's 2-0, Aquinas 1-0. And Foley has already beaten the league preseason favorite in De La Salle. I think the winner of this game has a very good opportunity to enter the Prep Bowl at Silverdome.
Both teams are similar to the kind of football they run offensively, basically ground-oriented teams.
Yes, they are. Bishop Foley is a very big team, have been for the past few years. They like to grind it out, as does Aquinas, although they both have been known to put the ball up in the air when they have to.
Aquinas may have the edge in size. They'll try to slug it out with anybody. They don't think they can be out-hit by any team around. We'll be back with the start of today's game on TV3 from Bishop Foley High School in just a minute. Stay with us. Battle. Welcome back to Bishop Foley High School in Madison Heights. Bob Lundowski along with Phil Biondi today. TV3 Sports has a big football game lined up for you. Aquinas against Bishop Foley. Both teams fighting it out for the league title. Aquinas 1-0, Bishop Foley 2-0 on the season, and the Raiders of Aquinas coming off a big 21-14 victory over Catholic Central last week. Phil, I know you saw that ball game and saw an inspired group.
Very exciting game. Aquinas jumped off to a quick 21-0 lead and had to fight a real valiant effort off of Catholic Central.
So Aquinas now taking on Bishop Foley, and looks as though Aquinas will be receiving. They won the flip of the coin. They'll be receiving at the south end of the field. Foley will be kicking it off. Teeing the ball up will be Mike Ayer for Bishop Foley, number 55. And Aquinas will be sending probably DeSanta, Stern, number 13. Joe Gendron, number 12, is back there along with number 21, DeSanta. 3 men deep for Aquinas as we get set to kick it off here from Bishop Foley High School. Just a great day for football, too. It's about 60 degrees out. Nice crowd on hand. A lot of Aquinas people made the long ride out here. And both teams are fired up. We're ready to go.
Way down here. Go, Joe!
Shadowski kicks the ball off. It's a short kick. Picked up at the 40-yard line for Aquinas, and they'll start with fine field position from their own 40. Ken Ford grabbing that kickoff and moved it ahead a couple of yards, and the Raiders will put it into play 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. In the backfield for Aquinas, Howard Nelson will be calling the signals at quarterback. He'll start with Stern in the backfield along with Bobby Kay and Dave DeSanta. First play from scrimmage. Here comes Nelson on a quick handle, and he is hit immediately. A fired up Stern got the ball and was hit by Jim Birdie, who fired through and nailed him for a couple of yards loss.
That's what we have to look for, Bob. These first couple sets of downs, we know both teams run the ball a lot. We're going to have to see who can control the ball the longest in this ball game.
Lost a yard on the play. We'll call it 2nd down, 11. Ball at the 39-yard line. Gendron flanked out wide to the right. Nelson looks to throw. First throw of the game. Throws incomplete. Pass was intended for number 15, Matt Winger. Fell short right around the midfield mark. 3rd down and 11. Boy, that first play from scrimmage really set the tone here as Birdie came up with a big defensive play. That charge from the Bishop Foley front line was awesome on the first play of the game. I formation. Gendron in motion. Nelson on a handoff, and Stern finds no room on the right side. He's hit in the backfield. Actually lost another half a yard or so, and that'll bring up 4th down and around 12 yards to go. And a fired up Bishop Foley team.
At least a little bit of a surprise call on 3rd and 11 to see a running play into the line. I think they're trying to feel each other out right here.
Yeah, they don't want to make any mistakes early in the ball game. You get down with a quick score. Both teams. All right, back in punt formation is Graham. Good snap. He gets a low kickoff. Comes down. It hits at the 30-yard line. Fielded there and tackled immediately. Tony Petrito was hit almost immediately as the Ventures of Bishop Foley will put the ball in play now. Their first series of downs. They'll start it 1st and 10. And they'll spot the ball on the 25-yard line. So a great series for Bishop Foley as an aroused band on that front defensive line shut off the Aquinas running game here early. Quarterback starting number 10, Dan Mulligan. He'll be alternating a lot with Paul Stuckey in there. In motion is Petrito. Stuckey gives the ball off, or Mulligan gives the ball off to Lowe, off right tackle. Short gain of the play. Saylor making the tackle defensively for Aquinas. 2nd down. Gained a yard. Now Stuckey is in there, as we told you. 5 and 10 at quarterback will be alternating. He's in there now. They've split the time evenly between the two QBs on the season. It's led Bishop Foley to their 3-1 record. Lowe has it again, and no room at all on the left side.
I think this is pretty much what we expected. Both teams are defensive oriented. They like to run the ball on offense, but defensively, that's what's brought both of these teams here to the top of the league.
Ball at the 26-yard line, 3rd and 9. Big play coming up for Bishop Foley. 2 wide receivers. Give it to the man in motion, coming this way. Lowe turns the corner, gets out of bounds around the 33, 32-yard line.
Dan Lowe, swinger on the end, knocked out of bounds by Ty Graham.
We'll see where they spot the ball. They're going to mark it at the 31-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. And about 4 yards to go for Bishop Foley. They'll kick it away.
So both teams play to a standstill on that first set of downs.
Joe Shadowski in punt formation for Foley. Snap bounced. He got the kick away. Takes a Bishop Foley roll down inside the 30 of Aquinas, all the way down to the 27-yard line, and that's where they'll mark it. So Shadowski scooped up the short hop on the punt. The snap got the kick away, and it was a low kick that nobody got their hands on. Took a fine roll. Now Aquinas will start from their 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. No score, just underway here in Madison Heights at Bishop Foley High School. These teams like to run the ball 70-80% of the time. Full house backfield now for Aquinas. Nelson on a quick handoff up the middle. Stern, who was the leading rusher for Aquinas. He has 260 yards in the game, but on the season, but they're only picked up a yard. 2nd and 9.
Again, Bob, we have to look at the defenses. They're both very tough. I think both teams are going to have to open up a lot more.
Full house backfield. Gendron flank wide left. Faking in the backfield, and a fumble on the play, and Foley has recovered. It's hard for us to see it up here. The referee came up with his arm pointed the other way, and Bishop Foley gets the first big break of the football game. I really didn't see what happened on that, Phil.
It looked like DeSanto was coming back in a counter from Nelson. They got a little bit mixed up in the backfield. The end for Bishop Foley had real good penetration and knocked the ball loose.
Now there it is. Okay, 1st and 10. Ball inside the 25-yard line. Handoff goes in a nice run by Schneider right up the middle, picking his way along for about 8 or 9 yards. That time the front offensive line there, Nabozgi and Sarchian at the guards, Harding at center, opened up a big hole.
Boy, the first break of the ball game is real important to see if you can capitalize on that one.
8-yard gain on the play. 2nd down 2. In motion. Here comes Stuckey to the right. He's throwing into the end zone, way out of bounds. Good coverage on the play by Joe Gendron. He was right with his man. The pass was intended for Petrito in the corner of the end zone.
It looked like Foley was trying to pull a little surprise. You hate to be an armchair quarterback, but they gained 8 yards in that first play there on the 15. You think they'd punch it up the middle. That's probably what they'll come back with now.
Now they figured they had it down maybe to play with there, as it's 3rd and short. They need about 2 yards. Ball right at the Aquinas 15-yard line after the fumbled recovery by Bishop Foley. And Mulligan back in at quarterback now, pitches to Lowe, turns the corner on the left side. He's ridden out of bounds.
I think we have a motion call coming up, Bob, against the quarterback.
Quite possibly. Williams and Saylor defensively for Aquinas. And the penalty is against Bishop Foley. They'll move him back. And here comes Paul Stuckey back in, number 5, as they'll be using these quarterbacks all day long.
It's an illegal motion. The referee was just explaining to the quarterback, you cannot wave your arm at that wide receiver to go in motion like that.
Okay, 3rd down. They need 7. Ball's at the 20-yard line. 2 men wide right for Bishop Foley, and here comes Lowe in motion. Quick toss, intended for Petrino, almost intercepted and broken up at the 10-yard line. Todd Graham got a hand on it. So it's 4th down now from the 20-yard line. They still need 7 yards to go.
It's a real big play. Again, from that first turnover, you always want to convert on that.
And right now, with the 4th down, it looks as though Bishop Foley will call timeout to talk things over. A very key play coming up here. And the Aquinas bench fired up. They're clapping their hands for their defense, spurring them on. And we've got a very important play coming up here, Phil.
I think that's a real good call by the Foley coach, call a timeout. And again, we come back, you may overemphasize it, but with defensive ball clubs, anytime you get a break, you want to take advantage of it. This is a big play for him. If Foley can get in the end zone here, it may have a tremendous impact on the game.
So as they talk things over, we'll set the situation for you. It's 4th down, 7 yards to go. Ball at the Aquinas 20, and they're bringing in their place kicker, John Valancourt, number 7. It looks as though John will be attempting a field goal, probably in the range of 37 yards.
I won't surprised to see a fake here, will it, Bob? Not too many field goal kickers kick the ball almost 40 yards. So anything can happen.
I talked to Coach John Zhang earlier in the week, and he was telling me that this Valancourt fellow, though you can see he's not real big, but he's got a lot of punch in his leg. Out of Bazlevich's hold. Valancourt attempting from the 27. It'll be a 37-yard field goal. It's on the way, end over end, and it's good. It just made it over. Foley goes on top, 3-0. Listen to the crowd. They're fired up. Valancourt just had enough on it, Phil, to get it over the crossbar.
Yeah, the little guy didn't think he could kick it half that far, and he put it through. A big 3 points. They convert on the turnover, and that could be of paramount meaning as the game goes on, Bob.
So with 6 minutes, 32 seconds remaining in the first quarter, they're just over the crossbar. 37-yard field goal by Valancourt. And now Bishop Foley leads 3-0. Should Shadowski tees it up at his 40-yard line to kick it away. Again, deep for Aquinas will be Stern, DeSanta, and Gendron. Joe Gendron does a lot of work both ways for Aquinas. It's a good kick away, and this one will bounce around the 5. Gendron picks it up, and he'll down it in the end zone, the touchback. And that means Aquinas will start it at the 20-yard line.
This, too, is a big set of downs after Foley putting the first 3 points on the board and their defense playing so well the first 2 set of downs. It's going to be important to see what Aquinas can do on offense here.
The Raiders against the Ventures of Bishop Foley. 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Foley's just taken the lead, 3-0 on a 37-yard field goal by Valancourt. Nelson with an I formation behind him. Long signal count. Hands it to the second man through. That's DeSanta. Picks his way along for about 3 or 4 yards. Brings up second down.
DeSanta and Stearns last week were alternating as they are right now and really ate up the Catholic Central defense, which is a very good defense, and as is Bishop Foley defense. It'll be interesting to see how much he's going to use that deep back today.
Both Stern and DeSanta have that good speed, 4.7 in the 40, and now Aquinas wants to call a timeout. They see something on the Foley defense that they don't like, so Howard Nelson will go over and talk to Coach Bob Shalowski, and they'll try to straighten things out right now. Second down, 7 to go. And neither team has really moved the ball very much. We saw Foley recover that fumble.
We know one thing, Valancourt can kick the ball for field goal, so if they get in range, they could probably get a few more.
And high school football, like you say, Phil, the kicking game isn't quite as big as it is in the college and the pro level. But, hey, in a game like this, that kicker is a real plus right now.
Sure is. Both teams, as we said, are good defensive teams. Are perfect examples of Aquinas beat a very good Monroe Catholic Central team 14-0, and Foley beat an excellent De La Salle team 13-0.
2nd and 7 from the 23. Second man through, has a big opening on the left side. DeSanta has got the first down.
That has to be the best play in high school football. They don't use it. A good counter play. They fake the ball to Key on the right side and counter it back on the left side. DeSanta had an excellent hole and kept his balance.
Good blocking on the left side. Islami and John Lang over there. Firing out. And you see, almost got the ball, almost dropped it, but held on. It's 1st and 10 for Aquinas. Here's DeSanta again, same play. They liked what they saw last time, got good results, and he picks up about 3 yards there. Second down and 7 at the 45. No, 35, excuse me, 36-yard line.
How many times have you heard when a team scores, don't get away from your game plan? And I think Coach Shalowski of Aquinas did a real good job of sticking with that ground game.
They're a possession-type offense. They like to keep the ball away from you. They'll run it all the way down the field. Nelson will throw. Oh, nearly intercepted out there in the left flats. Good play by Shadowski.
Just as we tell him how good the guy was doing on the ground game, they put it up in the air.
He tried to spot Gendron on a quick turn-in, but Shadowski was right there, and he really forced the ball into that coverage.
I think he was fortunate that Shadowski didn't pick that one off, because if he did, that would have been easy 6 points.
Yep. High formation. Kay in the backfield with Stern. All right, Nelson on a keeper. He's got some running room. Cuts inside over the midfield, over the 45-yard line. And that's a big run for Howard Nelson. He showed some good speed there, Phil.
Bob, excellent block by the wide receiver, Joe Jenner, number 12. He came back, and Nelson running along the side, pointed to the man he wanted blocked, and Jenner just took him right out. And then that keyed the first down. Beautiful block and a great run. Boy, to have a split end that has smarts and can come back and read a play like that, it's excellent. Jenner can do that.
Gendron was 5 for 5 passing last week. Hands the ball off again to DeSanta. This time he's stacked up. First down play goes for about a yard. Second down, 9. Right at the 48-yard line.
I think these counters are designed to beat the Foley quickness. Foley has a very quick line of penetration. It's just excellent.
They're not big overall, but they've got a couple of big fellas on that front line. Here's Nelson looking over the middle. Incomplete. Pass intended for number 85, the tight end, Bob Pichelny.
Pichelny was wide open. Nelson just overthrew.
Cutting in on a slant. Pichelny had some daylight in the secondary. And just out of his reach. So third down, 9 from the 48 coming up. 3:54 remaining in the first quarter. You can see part of the nice size crowd we've got here. It's an excellent day for football. The sun came out this morning. I got up, I looked out the window, and I was glad to see the weather. They talked about rain for the weekend. 3rd and 9. Key play coming up. 2 men wide left. Ford and Gendron flank wide left here on the near side. Nelson rolls. He throws over the middle. He's got Pichelny at the 30. He's going on inside the 20. Makes a move at the 15. Pichelny will score. It's a touchdown, Aquinas.
Beautiful play action pass by Howard Nelson. Good fake in the middle. He rolled out, withstood the pressure, and again, Pichelny opened the same spot that he just missed him in, and he made a real good cutback at the 15-yard line and carried it in. Beautiful play.
Look at that, an excellent throw. He hit him right on the dead run and makes a great move at the 15-yard line and scores. 52-yard pass play at 3:41 left in the quarter. Aquinas takes the lead. Hogan will kick and goes off to the right. Didn't get that ball very well, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Aquinas 6 and Bishop Foley 3. What an exciting play, though, to Pichelny right over the middle. That play was open the time before. They didn't hit him. That time he saw him.
It looks like they came back with almost an identical play. He was a little bit deeper on that, Pichelny was. And Nelson just rolling out, felt the pressure from behind, but had a lot of patience, hit him, and Bob did the rest.
And as we told you, Pichelny made a fine move after he caught the ball. A couple of good moves as he caught the ball right at the 30-yard line, and a nice bit of running took him into the end zone for the 6. Aquinas leads it by 3 now with 3:41 remaining in the first quarter. And just like that, Aquinas strikes quickly to take the lead.
Pichelny was the leader last week against Catholic Central as he caught the first touchdown pass in a similar play and got him rolling last week.
Lang will kick it off. Squib kick at the 35, fielded right there and hit immediately. I think Neslahowski caught the ball on the short kick, ran it up to the 40-yard line, and that's where Bishop Foley will put it in play. Check in Mulligan at quarterback. Dan Mulligan, 6'2".
It's very important right now for Bishop Foley Ventures to reestablish their ground game. Now get that offense back. It's a very good, close game. There's no time to change your game plan right now.
One man in the backfield, that's Schneider. Here's Lowe in motion. Lowe gets it. And he's drilled by Stern right as he turned the corner. Short gain on the play. Got 4 yards and the man is down. I think that's the ball carrier Lowe. And he was nailed by Stern as he found the opening there, and Stern hit him hard. And I don't know. Well, they can't lose Lowe. He's carried the ball 60 times this season, averages almost 4.5 yards a carry. He's got 4 touchdowns. He makes their running game go.
He's shaking up a little bit.
5'9", 150-pound senior. So second down, 6 to go. Ball's at the 44-yard line. And number 5 is at quarterback now, Paul Stuckey. He's got 2 men, Zeiter flanked out wide to the right. Flags are thrown, the pass incomplete. He was looking for Zeiter here on the right sideline.
And a flag on the play.
Maybe another motion penalty. Both teams like to use multiple sets on offense. We've seen several different formations. It's hard to keep track which one they're always in. But another possible motion penalty against Foley.
Yeah, although Foley especially is a very good ground team. Against De La Salle, they ran a couple trick plays that did work for him and won the game. So it won't surprise me to see Bishop Foley run a couple more of those. That man was wide open on the sideline. I think he just overthrew him a little bit too.
Second down. Down remains the same. Second and 11. Ball's at the 39 of Bishop Foley. Mulligan at quarterback. He'll drop back. Stands up, throws it complete to Zeiter at midfield. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. Zeiter turning in on a little hook pattern. And that pass was perfectly thrown. Good timing on that play.
That was beautiful. They came right back to the same receiver. Zeiter was not quite on the side, a little bit toward the middle on that one, but beautiful pass. Just drilled right in the numbers. Big game.
Nice spiral. First down for Foley at the Aquinas 40-yard line. Here's Stuckey. Gets a lot of pressure. It's complete to Bennett, the tight end. And now we're seeing Bishop Foley open things up through the air. Another first down.
It's real interesting at the top of the game. Well, it's been the pattern of both teams for the 4 previous games that they run the ball, and apparently they both found out that these defenses are both tough. They're going to put it up in the air, and it's a complete change out of character for them, but it's working.
Now Mulligan at quarterback. He gives the ball off on a trap play to Schneider.
Boy, Schneider fumbled that ball, bounced right back up into his arms, Bob.
Big break. Lucky right there for Foley.
I think the passing, Aquinas scored on a pass play, and Foley's come back with 2 beautiful passes. It says a lot for the coaching staffs of both teams. They adapt real well.
And they've got their man that's been doing the most of the passing right now, Stuckey in there, number 5. He's rolling right. Here comes some pressure on the inside. Nice play by Butch Saylor as he broke through and forced him to turn it in, and then the play was finished up there by Wallace.
Good pressure. That's the key to a good defensive backfield is a good defensive line, and that time they had real good pressure on him.
Lost 7 yards, I think, on the play, and it'll be third down, 17 from the 36. 1 minute to go in the fourth quarter, 6-3 Aquinas lead. That's Schneider going in motion left. Here's Mulligan. He wants to throw. Looks. He's got a man open and off his hands. Oh, it's tipped. It's a touchdown to Foley. I was looking at the man who originally got his hands on the ball, Petrito. He tipped the ball to, I think it was Schneider, the man in motion. And it's a Foley touchdown. Unbelievable play.
Those are the kind of plays you hate to see when you're on defense.
Watch it closely as it's tipped and the catch. And look at that. What a play. Boy, that's a great one in your favor, but when it happens against you, boy, that hurts. What a play, though, for Foley.
Schneider very opportunistic on that one. It's in the right spot and just picked it off, and he was home free.
Valancourt's kick, end over end. It's up and good. And Bishop Foley now moves back into the lead, and we've had a really exciting first quarter. It's Foley 10, Aquinas 6. What a play.
We've had a lot of things happen. We had the ball up in the air probably much more than we thought we'd see the whole game already. And that extra point that Hogan missed after the Aquinas touchdown looms big already. I don't know how many times during a game you say there's big plays or big opportunities, but they just come and go time and time again, and that's one of them. It's a 4-point lead for Foley, and that can make a difference.
So with 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter, bolt of lightning out of the sky, and Bishop Foley goes on top 10-6. A 36-yard pass play tipped by Petrino into the hands of Schneider, who took it all the way in for the touchdown. Incredible. Shadowski now will kick it away. It's a good kick off. DeSanta off of his hands, comes back to Gendron at the 10. Gendron tries it up the middle. He's hit at the 25, falls forward to about the 28-yard line, and check in the Aquinas offense. You know, Phil, I talked to both teams, both coaches this week, and both teams are telling me that they like to run the ball. They're a possession-type team, like to grind it out. But as you said, the defenses have been tough, and both teams have found it out. And we've already got a 10-6 ball game here in the first quarter, and it looks as though I think we're going to see a really high-scoring football game. Both teams are going to have to put the ball up.
They may run a lot, but they both do throw well, too.
Nelson gives it to DeSanta on a trap. Up over the 35-yard line to the 37. Nice gain on the play.
That's been the key play so far. They've run it 4 or 5 times, and DeSanta's broken through for good gains each time. He's got to keep both hands on the ball, though. He's had a little bit loose. This is a character-building drive right here. Either Aquinas can lay down or die, or they can pick it up and start it over again, because that, like you said, that was an incredible touchdown by Bishop Foley, and that's hard to come back from.
So the first quarter is over, and Bishop Foley leads Aquinas by the score of 10-6. And we've had a thrilling first quarter here in Madison Heights at Bishop Foley High School. Hope you folks at home are enjoying this one. It's a big ball game, both teams battling it out for the Catholic League Division Championship, will allow them to move on to the Silver Dome November 8th to play in the Catholic League Playoffs Championships.
A big game last night, Bob, down at the Boys Bowl at Wisner Stadium, where Catholic Central and Brother Rice squared off again, and Brother Rice squeaked a 3-0 victory out.
Here comes Gendron in motion. Chudowski stays with him as Nelson hands the ball off again to DeSanta. He's got enough yards for the first down. Well, maybe not. It might have been a little premature there. The officials are going to take a timeout, and we'll probably have a measurement here. Let's see. Gain probably picked up about 2 yards on the play, and just enough for the first down.
We bring that game up the Boys Bowl yesterday between Brother Rice and CC, because usually the winner of that ball game is the team that squares off at the Silver Dome with one of the teams from this division, and Brother Rice seems like they're going to have the inside track.
First and 10 from the 38. And contact there, jumping offside, was Jim Birdie for Foley, as we've seen Nelson vary his count there several times and drawing off the defender.
And you get that encroachment call. A couple years back, they changed the offside call to a call they call encroaching, and that you encroach a neutral zone. That's 3 yards each side of the ball. You don't have to make contact, but as long as you're in that area, it's automatically offside and it's a dead ball.
So that works out well for Aquinas, because now it's 1st and 5, and it gives them many more options for the call on this play. Bob Kay and DeSanta in the backfield. Here comes Gendron in motion. Second man through is DeSanta. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage, moves it up a yard or two. Only gained a yard on the play. 2nd down, 4 now.
Here's a good play, as you said, Bob. You can fool around a little bit here. You might see him put the ball up in the air. They had Pacelli open a couple times and scored 1 touchdown. Let's look for that.
This time they try Kay on a quick pop, and he gets up over the 50-yard line and into Bishop Foley territory.
Bob had a great year last year. He broke his leg against De La Salle and missed the last 3 or 4 games, but he's a very good, strong fullback. I think he's going to get the ball a lot more this afternoon before it's over with.
Gain of about 6 on the play. 1st and 10 from the Foley 49. Nelson faking in the backfield, gives it once again to DeSanta, who's been a real workhorse so far for Aquinas.
You just sense that something's coming up here. They've run the ball up the middle, and the pattern so far in the first quarter was that they've run that middle and then maybe roll out with Nelson, have him run or toss the ball downfield.
Picked up 2 yards on the play.
With 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Once again, 3 people in 1 hour, 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Go defense! Come on, defense!
Chelney this time sets up on the left side, and now a flag in the play.
Same call, Bob. Bishop Foley looked as though they encroached the neutral zone again.
That will be the call. So now, a couple of costly penalties against Bishop Foley.
Point you made, Bob, was that Nelson is varying his count, and it's keeping the defense off guard. They don't really know that. You really try and sense what's coming. If you can keep the same count, the defense can jump, and they don't know when the count's going to come.
Now they've got a tough nose guard, Jim Birdie, number 60, who we saw make the first tackle of the game, and he's smart in there and he's tough. Here's Gendron in motion. Nelson gives to DeSanta, loose ball, and it's recovered by Foley. Del Mazura, number 71, jumped on it. And another turnover for Aquinas as Foley now will put it in play.
What a big play. Aquinas had a very, very good ground game going right down the field. Good stick by the middle of the Foley line, and here we go the other way.
Now Mulligan comes in at quarterback for Bishop Foley. 1st and 10. Ball's at the 43-yard line. Ventures start out with good field position again. Lowe coming in motion on the near side. A mix-up in the backfield. Mulligan has to eat the football, and he'll do well just to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
They sent a guy in motion. We did not have him covered away from Raider.
2nd down, 10. No gain on the play. And that time Mulligan was looking for someone to hand the ball off to, and he collided with one of his backs. And check in Paul Stuckey, number 5 at quarterback. And we'll see if Mr. Stuckey is going to put the ball into the air, as he's done quite often here in the first half. 10-6, Foley leads. They sent 2 men wide right, 1 left, and Lowe in motion. Now Stuckey to throw. He throws a wobbly pass, and Lowe slipped at the 45-yard line trying to come back for it. Steve Williams covering on the play. That was a wobbly pass. I was looking for possible interception on that play. So.
Yeah, Williams is a little bit off his man, though, and seemed to recover simply because it was a wobbly. If it was a good pass, I think he would have had an easy 10-yard gain.
Williams was laying back a little bit. And Lowe in motion. Both teams like to use, as we told you, multiple sets, trying to spring somebody open downfield with the use of the motion and the different formations. Try to confuse the defense. Here's Petrito now in motion. They look quickly, and it's complete on a flea flicker play. And there's one of the trick plays that we talked about, as Zeiter caught the ball and tried to pitch it back to Petrito.
Bishop Foley was really fortunate in that play. Dave DeSanta came up, almost picked the initial pass off, and then was quick enough to bat the pitch, which was a flea flicker, as you said, back, and now it's 4th down. A key play by DeSanta. DeSanta's done that all year long, Bob. He's probably one of the finest defensive backs in the entire state. He's 6 feet tall, 185 pounds, and just an excellent all-around athlete.
Now the Shrine coach told Bob Schlosky he's the best he's seen. 3rd-year varsity. Only played defense last year, but now he's in the backfield also. Shadowski handles the low snap again. Gets off a good kick. And it will bounce out of bounds. And Aquinas will start at their own 16-yard line, I believe. 7 minutes, 15 seconds remaining.
Things have settled down a little bit after that spectacular tip and run by the Foley offense there for a touchdown.
Bob Schlosky, when I talked to him earlier this week, the coach of Aquinas, told me that they're going to be on the lookout for some trick plays from Foley. They've scouted them and they've seen them use the plays a couple of times this season, and against a tough Aquinas defense, they have to try those things. Oh, and Stern is hit immediately as soon as he got the football by, let's see, who made that tackle? 78, Wilkinson.
Real good stick by Wilkinson. As Stern got the ball and Wilkinson got him.
Second and 11, lost a yard on the play. Nelson with the I formation gives it to Kay, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Purdy is there, driving him back, along with number 80, Matt Rossman, the defensive end.
This Foley defense is awfully quick. They hit hard, and they seem to be smelling this running game out pretty good. I think Aquinas coach Schlosky is going to put the ball up in the air a little bit more when he can get a little bit better field position. Right now he's got that key 3rd down and 12.
Lost another yard on the play. Well, really no gain. 3rd and 11. Ball's at the 15. Kay in motion. Nelson rolling left.
Get him!
Throws downfield. He's got him open.
Matt Winger on the receiving end. A beautiful pass again by Nelson, showing a lot of form, a lot of patience in that backfield. Howard seems to be a very, very fine rollout quarterback in throwing on the run. He found Winger wide open on the sidelines for a 1st down.
Good play for Aquinas. 5:45 remaining. Matt Winger, number 15, making the reception. Gives Aquinas 1st and 10 from their own, the 30-yard line. There's a pitch now. DeSanta looks to throw. He's got Genrin open and overthrew him slightly at midfield. Now both teams coming out, pulling out the trick plays here, Phil.
Well, Dave used to be a quarterback. When he was a sophomore, he started out as a quarterback, and they found out that his running ability, they had to use him at that halfback position. So Dave can't throw the ball.
2nd and 10. They were looking for Genrin on that play. Nelson is hit on the option play to Stern in the backfield, almost tackled. Gets a block from Kay on the outside, and the play will go for a short gain, and we've got a flag down. Looks as though it will probably go against Aquinas.
It's like a holding penalty against the Aquinas team.
And Dan Hayden. The flag on the play.
Talking to Rossman. They may just decline this penalty at this point too, Phil.
Well, he picked up about 3-4 yards. I think they're going to push him back because the field position will really make a big difference right here.
Yeah, they're going to move it back. Well, it's a big one. Holding is the call. That will take Aquinas all the way back to their 15-yard line. That's about where they started this drive. They did pick up the 1st down, but now the big holding call will move them back as we near 5 minutes remaining in the 1st half. Here comes Winger, Genrin flanking out wide right. Kay in motion left. Nelson looking to throw. Birdie's got him inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. Jim Birdie, excellent defensive play.
Boy, the Foley defensive line, you can't say enough about them. They are really quick, and Birdie is an excellent athlete. He's been around for a while, too. It seems like there's been a number of birdies at Foley for the past 5 years. Boy, an excellent, excellent pursuit. Aquinas is in pretty big trouble now. You want to pass the ball if it's successful, but there's certain places that it's a little bit dangerous. Kind of surprising he's throwing from that deep and behind right now.
Well, Aquinas has had the lead most in all of their games all year, which is why they've been running the football to run the clock out generally with the lead. But now they're forced to play out of there, and here comes a quick kick, and that's going to take a nice bounce up to the 50 and into Bishop Foley territory, all the way down to the 46-yard line, and that time
the pass may have surprised, but that quick kick was an excellent call. Nobody backing. You're back on your 5-yard line. You get a 50-yard kick. Excellent kick by Graham, who snuck into the backfield. He's normally not in on the offense.
Todd Graham, number 42, who took the pitch out from Nelson and kicked it away. And that quick kick that you don't see too much of is still an excellent play, and that's got Aquinas out of a hole deep in their own territory. Mulligan hands the ball off to Lowe on a reverse, comes up to midfield. Balls forward, may have picked up a yard. If that, 2nd and 9. Foley leading by 4, 10-6. 2nd down, 9 play coming up. Paul Stuckey back into the lineup for Bishop Foley at quarterback. Low in the backfield with Schneider. Schneider, the fullback, takes it off right tackle.
With only 3 minutes left in the half, you have to believe that Foley, with a 4-point lead, just wants to hold on to the ball, maybe punt it, keep Aquinas deep, and go into the life with a 10-6 lead.
2 yards for Schneider on that play. 3rd down, 7. Ball's at the Bishop Foley 49-yard line. Bob Mealy, the center. Mulligan in at quarterback. Deep drop. Throws over the middle. It's caught. And complete right there. Mike Bennett on the receiving end. 1st down for Foley.
Well, there they go again, screwing up our philosophy and successful at it every time so far. Beautiful pass, nice reception.
Boy, wouldn't Foley like to put another score on the board here, coming up on 2 minutes. Stuckey is back in. And he rolls left and charging through.
Oh, Saylor with a beautiful play.
A great play by Butch Saylor. Saylor with excellent pursuit. Making the tackle. We're under 2 minutes to play in the first half.
I think other than the fluke play, it's been a very evenly played ball game the first half.
Aquinas now has to buckle up here. They have to keep Foley off the board. Low going in motion right. A Mulligan with a deep drop to throw. Looks and completes it again to Bennett. That play has worked successfully. Just goes up about 10, 12 yards, turns in, and they've been right on the money with their passes. Both of these fellows can throw the football, Phil.
I think it's very interesting. Very good coaching again. The Bishop Foley staff has noted that Steve Williams, the defensive back, is probably about 5'9", and you look at Bennett, and Bennett must go about 6'2" or 3. And that mismatch, they've taken advantage of that 3-4 times now, and they're coming back to it. And you can't blame them. Aquinas may have to make a change on that corner.
You can see that Bennett having a fine afternoon, and the clock stopped on the field with 1:20 remaining. Measurement for the 1st down, but it'll be 3rd down for Foley. Ball just outside the Raider 30-yard line. They need a yard here, and probably see Schneider get the ball.
1:20 left in the half. Anything can happen right here.
Oh, he fumbled the snap, but he picked it up in time to give it to Schneider, and he's downed in the backfield. Let's see if where they mark it. His knee hit at about the 31. They actually lose a yard on the play. Boy, and that's a tough play for Foley right there. They almost lose the football.
Yeah, with time running out, it won't surprise me to see him put the ball up in the air, even though it is 4th and 1.
I don't know how many timeouts they have. I think they've only used one. That one earlier in the ball game. Fakes, gives it to Lowe. He's got lots lots of room on the left side, avoided a tackle. Finally, brought down by Wallace and Williams, but it will be a Foley first down with 39 seconds remaining.
And Foley uses one of their timeouts. They're in great field position. They're inside 25 and 24-yard line. They've got an excellent opportunity to put some more points on the board before the half ends.
Another look at Lowe as he got some good blocking by the left side of the line. Wilkinson and Rossman, Sarchian also there. So now with 39 seconds, the coaching staff, John Zhang with the headset, talking to his people upstairs, trying to come up with a right combination of plays here. Zeider checks into the lineup for Bishop Foley. Mulligan is in at quarterback, who's had very good success throwing the football, as has Stuckey. Both of his quarterbacks possess fine throwing arms.
You got to believe with the success they've had throwing to Bennett against Williams on that one corner, they're going to go to him again. Big number 81 in the black. Let's look for him.
He lines up on the right side this time. Rossman is on the left side. Two tight ends, I formation. Here's Mulligan back. Here comes the pressure. And Bob Kay with a big sack all the way back to the 36-yard line. Time is still running, 27-26.
Big play by that big defensive end, Bob Kay. Again, he was looking right at Bennett, who was covered real well over the middle, and he didn't have anywhere to go except roll out, and maybe could have thrown the ball just to throw it away, but...
And right now they're letting the clock run down, and now they call time. They were going to let this be the last. Watch Bob Kay. Look at the pursuit by Kay. Fine defensive effort by number 46 for Aquinas. Kay on a big defensive play for Aquinas. They needed it right there. And what we've seen now is Bishop Foley has let the clock run down to 2 seconds remaining. So this will be the last play, barring a penalty, of course, of the first half. And right now they're talking things over on the sideline. And if you're going to use a trick play, this is about the time to use one there.
A lot of people wonder why you wait till 2 seconds to go in the half. When you're inside that 50-yard line, you don't want to take a chance of mistakes. And one play, you don't have to worry about it. Just throw the ball up deep. And they already had it happen once for their touchdown. They had the ball tip up in the air and somebody ran and caught it. Anything can happen. But let's wait for one play and not take a chance with 2 different plays and give the other team a chance to get the ball and score.
So we'll see what happens. Dan Mulligan will be the quarterback on this play. Final play of the half. Aquinas fans cheering their team on. The defense has a job to do. Aquinas trails by 4. They're undefeated so far. Mulligan will throw. Long and deep down the middle, and batted away by Gendron at the goal line. He was looking for Zeider, who was maybe a step behind Gendron, but excellent coverage by Joe.
Great play, though. Super throw, and it was a good play by Gendron.
So the first half closes with the Ventures of Bishop Foley leading Aquinas by the score of 10-6. Watch this bomb. Good throw by the quarterback Mulligan. And Gendron coming back defensively from his safety spot, or his cornerback spot rather, to knock that ball away. Well, the clock has run out here in the first half. An exciting first half. All the scoring in the first quarter. We saw Bishop Foley score first with 6:32 and a 37-yard field goal by Valancourt. And Aquinas countered with a 52-yard pass play to Pachelny. He went all the way in and made it 6-3 as the point missed. And then a 36-yard tip play. Petrito tipped it to Schneider, and that made it 10-6 with the extra point coming. And that's where we stand right now. We'll be back with the second half from Bishop Foley High School. I'll tell you our halftime score is Foley 10, Aquinas 6. Stay tuned to TV3 for more high school football. Welcome back to Bishop Foley High School in Madison Heights. Bob Lewandowski back here with you. Phil Biondi assisting me this afternoon. We saw an excellent first half. Bishop Foley leads 10-6 at halftime. Both teams are back onto the field.
What a way to start the second half, too.
Now here's the play that put Bishop Foley back in the lead. 36-yard touchdown play. Watch this play. Petrito will get his hands on it, but then it's tipped in the air, and Schneider comes up with it. And all of a sudden, it's a touchdown for Bishop Foley, the extra point by Valancourt. And that's how Foley took the lead with 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. That's where we stand, 10-6. And right now, Aquinas will be kicking off.
Interesting point, Bobby. A 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty to Foley to start the second half. Stayed in the locker room for more than the allotted time, and Aquinas will be kicking off from the 45 of Foley. And both teams are fired up.
We've got a great second half coming up for you. There's a long kick all the way into the end zone by Hogan. They'll down it. Lowe has it in the end zone. And Lowe downing it there will put the ball at the 20-yard line for Foley. As we get set to go, both teams came out very fired up again for the second half. Aquinas was out on the field earlier, and they were screaming and yelling for Bishop Foley to come on out to the field.
Everything's at stake here. They're both playing to win the league championship, get a shot to go down to the Prep Bowl at the Silver Dome, and let's see what happens this first set of downs. They're both fired up. Something's got to give right away.
Okay, Mulligan, there's flags in the play. Motion in the backfield. Lowe has it, sweeping the right end. He's hit out of bounds by Butch Saylor and also Gendron.
Quarterback pulled out a little bit early on that one.
Flags are down. Illegal procedure call against Bishop Foley. So another little break to start the second half for Aquinas. That'll push Foley back to the 15-yard line. It'll be first down and 15 to go as we're just underway in the second half.
Bob, with teams as fired up as these two are right now, I think the most important thing in the second half is going to be field position. It's very important that Bishop Foley move the football to their own end of the field right now.
And the next score will be a very important one. We'll swing the tide here in the second half.
Let's go, let's go!
Paul Stuckey now calling the signals. Faking in the backfield, gives to Schneider. He's hit at the 15-yard line. And listen to the crowd across the way.
Boy, this Aquinas team is really fired up. They got the fans behind them. And as we said, Foley has to move the football or the tide can turn right away, just as you said, Bob.
Schneider only managed a yard on the play. Second and 14.
The penalty on that previous play was offside and was selected.
It's Lowe and Schneider in the backfield. Petrito in motion, going to the left. Mulligan hands the ball to Schneider, and he hit immediately in the backfield.
Looked like Bobby Kay had really come in and put a stick on him.
And a flag is down. Looks like it's going to be against Foley. I believe it's a holding call. They're going to talk it over, but I think Aquinas will decline this one.
It looked like Kay and Islami combining that tackle. Boy, that was a crunching hit. A big one, too. This brings up a key decision here by Aquinas. They can refuse the penalty and have a long third down, or it can be second and even longer. This is a big decision right here.
Yeah, they may take the penalty. It is a holding call. They may take it and move them all the way back to...
What do you think, Bob? I mean, it can go either way, right?
Yeah, well, they're going to decline the penalty. So it'll bring up third down. The down marker says fourth, but it will be third.
Yeah, they lost 2 yards on that play.
Lost 2 yards, so it'll be third and 16 now.
Third down, Calvin, third down!
So we're going to have the ball resting at the
we have a mix-up here, Bob.
Line.
Both Foley and Aquinas think it's fourth down. Aquinas has got a man deep for a punt, and Foley coaches are yelling and screaming. They don't know what down it is.
All right.
Now they got it together.
Getting things straightened out. Zeider and Stuckey come back into the lineup. Matt Rossman checks out, tight end.
Key play, right? Right away, we come up with those key play situations. Third downs are always key plays, so every time during the ballgame.
And this second half will be filled with them. Key plays, that is. Petrino comes in motion to the right. Rolling out, Stuckey avoids a tackle by Kay, and then is nailed right there by Butch Saylor. And Aquinas has really fired up here in the second half.
Boy, the fans, the players, every one of them is fired up, and Saylor's been all over the field. First half, Butch made quite a few key plays, and right there, he contained real well.
He's the leading tackler for Aquinas, has a real nose for the football.
Another loss on the play. And we said at the top of the second half that field position could play the key in this half.
They lost 4 more yards. 4th down, 20 to go. Kicking out of the end zone, Shadowski. Good snap this time. Gets the kick away. Fair catch signaled for. And caught at the 45-yard line by Gendron. And super field position for Aquinas with 9:55 to play in the third quarter. Trailing by 4, the Raiders now will set up at the 45-yard line of Bishop Foley.
It is really great to see in high school football teams and fans come out and support football the way these teams have done today. It's just great. It's been out of football, I think, for a couple years, and these people show the renewed interest in it.
So check in the Aquinas offense. Howard Nelson at quarterback. Options the ball off. It's hit in the backfield. Loose ball. It's recovered by Foley. Number 58, Kevin Delaney. And what a tough break for Aquinas as Nelson started down the line on the option play and had the ball tipped out of his hand. And there were nothing but black jerseys around the football, and they were very lucky, Aquinas, that Delaney did not pick that ball up and run it all the way in, Phil.
Field position, opportunities. Look at Foley's picked up the key opportunities in the ball game so far.
Oh, my. What a break for Foley. Mulligan with Schneider. Fakes to Schneider, gives to Lowe, second man through, breaks a tackle, struggles inside the 40 down to about the 38-yard line. Just when it looked as Aquinas was gaining some momentum, they have a tough play go against them, a fumble.
Character comes up again and again, and see what both teams are made of here.
And the defense is called upon again with a tough situation at hand. Now it's second down. 7 to go at the 38-yard line. Stuckey, the quarterback, gives to Lowe. Wants to come right. He's hit in the backfield. Tom Wallace got to him first. And then Farrell finished him off.
Last time we had a fumble recovery and Foley took advantage with the 37-yard field goal by Valancourt. And again, another big third down situation, and this time Foley has the good field position though.
A yard gain, third down 6 coming up. Mulligan with Schneider in the backfield. Here goes Lowe. Fakes to Lowe, and now he'll keep it. Mulligan has some blockers in front of him inside the 30. It'll be a first down for Foley. That time they went away from the motion, faking it to Lowe, who was in motion going left.
Real good, real fine call. They had all the play action going to the left and came right back to the right. Beautiful play.
Guards pulled out and got in front of Mulligan, and a nice play, gained a first down at the 30-yard line of Aquinas. Stuckey back into the game with Petrino in motion, hands the ball off inside to Lowe. And Foley starting to move the football once again. 3 yards on the play. Second down and 7. Ball at the 27-yard line of Aquinas. The Raiders now must keep Foley off the board. They already have a 4-point lead, threatening to add. Lowe gets it off left tackle, hit again by Saylor.
Todd Graham, number 42, is only a junior linebacker. He's been in a lot of plays. He seems to get real good penetration, a lot of talent.
Lowe carries the ball a lot today. He hasn't had a big day as far as yards goes, but he's their steady ball carrier. He is the leading rusher on the team. Here comes Petrino this way. Now Stuckey wants to pass. Cox is on fire, complete to Petrino inside the 20.
Great catch.
DeSanta was covering on the play, but got there just an instant late. A fine catch by Petrito. Tony Petrito, he has 4 touchdown catches already. Watch it again. Fine catch by Petrito. He's been in motion all day long, and they finally hit him there inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Ventures. Schneider right up the middle, and he's hit and driven back. Again, Saylor along with Glenn Islami defensively for the Raiders.
We know one thing for sure, that Bishop Foley is in field goal range.
And they do have the wind at their back. It's a pretty good breeze, but it's at their back right now.
Well, that's so important, as you said, Bob, with that 4-point lead. You can tack another 3 on there, and you put the opposing team in trouble.
Shifting on the defensive line for Aquinas. Stuckey cocks his arm, fires incomplete. Intended for Lowe out of the backfield. A low toss.
Low toss to Lowe.
And 3rd down and 9 coming up.
Maybe better off on that one. There's pretty good coverage if you would have put the ball up. You never want to take a chance down that deep, because if you pick one off on the side, you're home free.
Kind of a dangerous pass, really, at that the point of the field that they're at right now.
And Stuckey throws the ball really well, though.
At the 18. Mulligan in now at quarterback. He sends Lowe in motion left. Looking for that quick pop. Now he drops back. Pressure is on, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped right there. Big defensive effort by Mike Farrell for Aquinas, 55.
He and Islami had beautiful pressure there. Farrell making the play and Islami finishing him off, and that just about takes him out of field goal range, too.
Man, Aquinas defense has come up with the big play several times, and here's just another one of those plays as Mike Farrell and Islami. He had time to throw, but the pressure finally got there. Good coverage in the backfield.
With this much time left, this play is real important to both ball clubs.
4th down, 17 yards to go. There won't be a field goal attempt here. Stuckey's in at quarterback. Lowe and Schneider in the backfield. He gives to Schneider. Schneider wants to pass. Gets the ball. Oh! He threw it, and Bob Kay, if he could have held on to the football, had nothing but green in front of him. It would have been a touchdown for Aquinas. Oh, my God.
What a play, Bob. You know, you talk about the key breaks. Foley has the tip on the pass, and that one's right to Kay. He's got an open field 60 yards in front of him, and he just dropped it. But the important thing is that was a very, very key situation. Aquinas came through with some real tough defense. Now they have to get the ball and drive down the field.
Big defensive effort for Aquinas. Look at Bob Kay's right there, and he had his hands on the ball, but he was so surprised. You see that play every now and then in football.
That's very ironic, too, because Bob Kay, the fullback on the offense, is probably the most sure-handed player on the team.
What they were trying to do was Schneider got the ball in hand, was going to throw it back to the quarterback, but he was wrapped up and still should have never thrown the ball, but he did, and they got away with it. The defense holds for Aquinas. Nelson now hands the ball off to Stern. He goes nowhere. Hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Got to believe that Aquinas will put the football up in the second half. Howard Nelson has proved that he can definitely throw the ball well. He has thrown the ball well in the previous games. It's just that, as you said, they've been ahead in most of those games, and they want to keep the ball on the ground. So I think you're going to see Howard put the ball up a lot more.
Nelson can throw, and he's got a good tight end in Bob Piccioni and good receiver in Joe Genren out wide. See what they do with them. Kay tried the middle once again. I don't know, they keep attacking the middle, Phil, and they had a little success with DeSanta, but it's getting tough yardage down there. No gain on the play.
I think field position's going to play that key situation here, because you have to have the field position. I think he'll put it up this time, though.
3rd down, 9. 2 receivers flanked right. Nelson wants to throw, and he rolls out of the pocket. He's in trouble now, and he goes down over the 25, right at the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 4th down for Aquinas. All his receivers were covered downfield, and he had to scramble out of there.
So Bishop Foley defense is true to the test. They definitely have the upper hand. They have the 4-point lead. They'd had the big turnover go their way. Now they've held Aquinas.
And now the Raiders take timeout. The clock is stopped on the field with 3 minutes 11 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Foley leading 10-6. 4th down 9 coming up for the Raiders.
Very unusual timeout. You're behind in the ball game. You have an obvious situation. 4th down and 8. You're going to punt the ball, and for some reason Aquinas has called a timeout.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all, really. They're going to need that timeout probably later in the game. The way things are developing here, they're talking things over.
We've seen the flea flicker, and we've seen a halfback pass, so who knows if we'll see a fake punt.
Yeah, we saw it there the last time.
DeSanta's the up man in that punting formation, and obviously a very good runner.
Petrino and Lowe deep for Foley. They set up for a return. It's a low spiraling kick. It hits at the 45. And it's down right there at the 43-yard line. So that's where the Ventures will put it in play. So the Foley defense does its job, gets the ball back for the offense. It's a low kick.
In this type of game, I don't think there's any doubt about it.
Right there at the 43-yard line.
We're going to see a break somewhere along the line between now and the end of that fourth quarter.
You can feel it, Phil. You can feel it that there's something's going to happen here. Aquinas almost got the big break with Kay almost intercepting that pass, and what a hit right on the line of scrimmage.
Looked like the entire left side of the Aquinas line there.
Saylor was there along with big number 69, Dave Wolf, 6'3", 235 at the nose.
David's got to be one of the highly touted players in the area. He's only a junior. Last year he was about the same size, but they put him on a weight program, and now all that beef is a little bit of muscle. He has a lot of talent. Big boy.
They stacked him up at the line of scrimmage. No gain in the play. 2nd down 10. 2 minutes left, third quarter. Stuckey hands it to Lowe. He's got some running room on the outside. Breaks into the clear. And DeSanta knocks him out of bounds inside the 35, down to about the 30-yard line. And that's a big play for Foley.
Yeah, you had just said in the last set of downs that Lowe had not gotten loose yet. And there was that one time that he needed. He's a very quick back. Fortunately for Aquinas, their fastest player, DeSanta, was in pursuit and knocked him out of bounds.
So Lowe on that sweep. Big gain, picked up the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 34. And he has it again, trying left tackle. Now Foley grinding it out on the ground. Big carry by Lowe there.
I don't know if we've overused the phrase of key situations, key series, key plays, but it seems like we've had more than in this game than you could see in any other game already. And again, this is a key series. Foley has a ball deep in Aquinas territory, and as you said earlier, they cannot allow Foley to put more points on the board.
This Foley team has really impressed me. A lot of the newspapers had Aquinas picked by as much as 2 touchdowns. Here's Stuckey in trouble in the backfield. He's hit. Islami is there. Kay is there.
Boy, the defensive line for Aquinas, every time it seems like, as you said, Foley is a very fine football team. When they move the ball, it seems like Islami, Kay, Wolf, and the rest of them are always there to make a key play. Again, a key stop. Islami has played a super ball game.
Both defenses have had their work cut out for them the entire game, and they've always risen to the occasion here, especially at the beginning of the second half. Battling for that momentum. Here as the game wears on. There goes Lowe in motion left. And they hit a tight end coming across. Number 81, Mike Bennett. Former tackle, converted to tight end. Graham on the tackle.
Good gain. We have another big play coming up here. 4th down and about, 4.5 yards to go. And, well, we'll see what both teams are made of right here. They've got Foley has the thrower in the ball game and Stuckey, so.
big day for Bennett. 5 seconds remaining. They're going to try to get this play off before the quarter goes 2-1. They snap the ball. They'll have the play with the wind. They throw, intending the ball on the right side to Dwayne Hess, number 16 Gazlevich, just into the game. We got a flag in the play. Could be an interference call, and it is, going against Aquinas.
Excellent call by the official on the near sideline. Number 13, Rick Stearns for Aquinas, inadvertently hit the leg of the receiver, and there's no doubt about it. That was an interference call and was very unnecessary. The ball was never going to be complete, and Stearns made a big mistake.
Boy, and does that play hurt, because they're rushing. Watch it one more time. Yeah, he just got him, and Stern, I'm sure, is really upset with himself on that play, because now, on a desperation 4th down and 4 situation, you give Foley a first down. The officials are waiting to mark the penalty, and then they'll change ends as the third quarter has expired. They're going to mark the penalty off first, so they get that straightened out, and they will take the ball down to the north end of the field. It'll be first down, let's see, at the 13, 14-yard line. And I think, well, they haven't moved them down. The clock says zeros on the scoreboard. There must be some time left on the official clock.
Yeah, I don't understand that call at all.
But we're going to wait. We'll wait and see. There was a time earlier in the game, earlier in the half, that there was some discussion on the field. The clock continued to run up here in the score booth.
Foley has an excellent opportunity now.
First and 10 from the 14-yard line of Aquinas. Now the defense is really going to be tested here. Mulligan in under center. He gives it to Schneider. Schneider avoids a couple tackles. He's down around the 10. The ball popped loose, but went out of bounds. Good run by Schneider. Picked up about 4 yards on the play. And that is the last play of the third quarter. 12 minutes remaining. Bishop Foley 10, Aquinas 6. Watch the run by Schneider. Ball popped loose right at the end of the play, but it was out of bounds. So, final 12 minutes of football coming up. Aquinas trailing by 4. And this series right here, Phil, could decide the football game, even though we have lots of time left.
Well, Bishop Foley's on the 10-yard line right now, and they have 2 things that can happen now. We can either look at a field goal, which would put them 7 points up, which would be a touchdown and an extra point, or a touchdown, which would really put Aquinas in trouble, because then they'd be down by 11 points. They'd have to score twice. So you're right. A key situation probably, or key series, isn't really the word for this. This is probably the most important one of the ballgame.
Pat Harding, Bob Melia alternating at center. Melia is out there now.
2nd and 6, and you just have to believe that. We talked about a break earlier, and there was the break that we were looking for, the interference call.
Yeah.
You got to believe it's going to break. Somebody's back here. Either they're going to score or they're going to be held, and something's going to give right here.
Okay, Aquinas digs in at the 10, 2nd down 6. First play of the fourth quarter. Here goes Stuckey looking back the other way. He's got Lowe wide open at the 5. He's into the end zone. And it's a touchdown for Bishop Foley. A great call by Foley. They've been using Lowe in motion all day long. They started right, look back the other way, Phil.
He was wide open. Beautiful play. Well conceived. A 2nd down and 6 on the 10. You throw that pass. Just a great play. Great call by the Foley offensive coordinators.
Wide open. Lowe caught the ball at the 5, slipped into the end zone, and it's 16-6 with the extra point attempt coming. Foley in the lead. First play of the fourth quarter.
This is a big extra point.
Ten-yard touchdown play. There's Valancourt's kick. End over end is good. That's a big point there as it says loomed large all day long. And now it's an 11-point venture lead, 17-6 as the teams come back up the field. Well-conceived play, finding Lowe in the open. Had all the motion going right. The quarterback stopped. Stuckey fired it over there.
Well, a couple things to look for now, I think, in the fourth quarter. Again, we pointed to the fact that Aquinas probably have to put the ball up a little bit more. And in the fourth quarter, they'll have the wind at their back. They're behind by 11 points, so they're going to have to put the ball up. This set of downs right here should indicate what will happen in the remainder of this fourth quarter. Well, this Foley ball club is really fired up right now.
10-yard touchdown pass from Stuckey to Lowe, and it's 17-6 Bishop Foley. Shadowski will kick it away. Oh, it's a low kick. He got it, and it hit number 80 on the return team for Aquinas. That's Ken Ford. He couldn't get his hand on it. It was a twisting kind of a kick that spun out of bounds. So no return on the play. Ball goes out of bounds at the 30. That's where the Raiders will put it in play. Trailing by 11 with 11:53 remaining in this football game.
In the back of their minds, Aquinas coaching staff has to be the play where Nelson hit Pachelnik, and on the play before he was wide open also over the middle. You got to look for Bob and Joe Gendron, the key receivers on this football team.
Now they send Winger along with Gendron, flank wide right. Now Nelson rolls. He's got a man open. Gendron at the 45, moves up the midfield into the Foley territory. It's a big play for Aquinas, all the way down to the Venture 40-yard line.
Real big. That's what you want to do. You want to put the ball up. You just hit a touchdown, scored against you. You have to negate that somehow. You take that chance. And we said we're going to look for Gendron or Pachelnik, and Nelson just lofted over the defender's head. And Joe did a real fine job picking up another extra 10, 12 yards.
A fine play for Aquinas, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They told me that Nelson could throw the ball. He hasn't passed much all year, only 5 times last week against Catholic Central, but he was 5 for 5. He's got accuracy and a strong arm, and he's fast. He's got some running room on the left side. And a nice open field tackle out there.
It looked like Baslevich made that tackle.
Number 16, Walt Baslevich.
Beautiful.
Son of the Catholic League president, might add. Fine open field tackle, because if he misses that tackle, Nelson goes a lot farther.
Good play by Nelson. That was definitely a pass play where he rolls out and has the option, and Howard made a very, very good choice. He picked up 6.5 yards.
Yep. 2nd down 4. Watch him again. Nelson rolling. They send Gendron in motion right. And they've got him drawn offside once again. Jim Birdie a little over anxious. The nose guard.
This is typical of a good defensive lineman, though. I think many times people who refer to Bubba Baker, they try and get him offside. Detroit line tight end. When you're real good and real quick, you try and jump the gun. You try and guess when the count's going to be. And Birdie's real quick, and they've drawn him off a couple times with that different count all day by Nelson.
So they send in a new nose guard, which is Ron Sarchian, number 64. He's in there to give Birdie a rest. See the passing statistics on Nelson. Here comes Gendron again. Kay and Stern in the backfield. Give it to Stern. 2nd man through. Down to the 25-yard line.
Boy, Aquinas got excellent field position, and if they can score here, we're going to have an exciting finish.
11-point lead. Four-yard gain on the play. 2nd down 6.
Big fullback hasn't carried the ball much today.
Fake to Kay. Nelson keeps. He's got a man breaking into the clear in the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it in the end zone. Oh, my. Matt Winger had a step on his man out there.
What a beautiful pass by Nelson.
Dan Hayden had fallen a step behind to Winger. And a perfect throw by Nelson hit him on the dead run, and he just dropped it at the last second. I thought he was going to hang on to it.
Perfect play. They had the little play action with the Santa up the middle, and Nelson hit the ball real well on his hip, just as you teach the quarterback, and he floated a perfect pass in the corner of the end zone. And Winger just couldn't hold on to it. Right in his hands, and he dropped it.
Well, the vibrations are in the air. I can feel it as a 3rd down 6 play coming up. Just another one of the key plays that we've talked about. Here's another one. Nelson will throw again. Good protection. Throws in the flats. Broken up and almost intercepted right there. Joe Shadowski almost picked the ball off, intended for Gendron out there in the left flats. Fourth down coming up for Aquinas. Ball at the 25-yard line. 9:44 remaining in the game. The clock stopped on the incompleted pass.
Boy, Aquinas really needs this play bad.
Bill Schneider checking in defensively, replacing Bazlevich for the Ventures. Nelson now with a very important play. Fourth down. Play action pass. He has lots of time. Now throws. He's got Gendron open. He's got it.
Oh, what a play.
Touchdown, Aquinas. There are no flags down. A beautiful play as Gendron scores for Aquinas.
What can you say about Howard Nelson? He held the ball to the last second. He saw Gendron break up the sign. Gendron did the real good job. He was doing a simple out pattern and then saw that Nelson was in trouble, took off for the end zone. Nelson spotted him and threw another perfect pass, just as he'd done to Winger the play before. What a play. Howard Nelson has shown us nothing but a great ability with throwing and running the ball
Look at
this
the throw,
afternoon.
and a nice catch by Gendron. He sprung into the clear. Again, the same area that Winger was on the play a couple of plays earlier, and I don't know why Aquinas is taking a timeout here.
Well, this is a big play. I can understand this timeout. They're down by 5 points right now. There's no doubt that they're going to go for a 2-point conversion in an attempt to get to within 3 and maybe get a field goal later on in the game. But with 9.5 minutes to go, Bob, like we said, if we could get a touchdown on this, we'd have a truly exciting game, and that's what we have right now.
25-yard touchdown pass. Nelson to Gendron.
As we said, when Aquinas took control of the ball, let's look for Gendron and Nelson to hit him a couple times, and he hit him twice, key plays, the first play of the series and the last play of the series.
Nelson on the season coming into this game was 16 for 26 passing. As we said, they haven't thrown the ball much in the first 4 games as Aquinas has rolled up a 4-0 record. But he can throw the football, and he's got some good receivers. Second touchdown of the season for Gendron.
Let's look for Nelson again to roll out here, and maybe look for Pachelli.
Hides the ball, sets up a little delay. Pachelli called it a delay as he held on to the ball for a long time. The 2-point conversion is good.
I can't tell you how impressed I am with this Howard Nelson, the quarterback. I've seen quarterbacks hide the ball on their hip, but he has done it extremely well today. And that delay play right there, that's what they call it. That was the play that they ran against Catholic Central last week for their first touchdown, where the tight end, they've done it 2 different ways. He's come from the opposite side and cut straight across the middle after holding for a 3 count and just float the ball over the line like Nelson did. What a great 2-point conversion.
That is the play that Bob Schlosky told me that we would probably see. It's a play where the tight end lines up on one side, on the right side in this case. They let the line, he goes across the line of scrimmage actually behind the blockers. They form a wall for him and he sneaks out into the open on the left side. It worked to perfection again. Wide open, Bob Pachelli, the 2-point conversion's good. It's now Bishop Foley 17, Aquinas 14, and what a finish we're going to have. 9:36 remaining.
Look at the fans, they're up on both sides of the field.
Tim Hogan will kick it away. Listen to the crowd come to life across the way. A short kick comes down at the 25 and it's pitched back to Schneider. Schneider breaks a couple of tackles and now will be hit the 30. Brought down by number 44, John Reum. And Schneider, the last man to get up. The ball was grabbed in the air by number 35, Tim Kamek, and he decided to pitch the ball back to one of the running backs.
Okay, we said earlier that both teams are ball-controlled teams. Now let's see. They fooled us all day by throwing the ball, but we have to believe that Foley's going to hold on to a little bit now.
That's low, off the left side.
Boy, Pachelnik again in on the play.
2 yards on the play. Dan Lowe, real workhorse, as Stuckey checks in at quarterback again for the Ventures. The Ventures lead by 3. And now we'll work on the clock. 2nd down, 8, coming up from the 32-yard line, rather. I formation in the backfield. There goes Petrino in motion right. Gives to Schneider, second man through, up over the 35 to the 36-yard line.
And now Bishop Foley would like nothing more than to convert on this third down and run some time off of that clock. That's the key thing right now is the clock.
4-yard gain. Third down, 4 to go. Melia out over the ball to snap it. In at quarterback is Dan Mulligan, I formation. Give it to the second man, Schneider. He's got some running room on the left side, up to the 40-yard line. It appears to be a first down for Foley, and it is. That's a very important first down for the Ventures. They keep the clock moving. They'll move the chains up, crank the clock up again.
Yeah, Aquinas has to dig in now. They have to hold and get the ball back. They don't want to have to worry with 2 minutes left in the game, have one last drive. They like to get it a couple times before the game's over.
It's all up to the Aquinas defense right now as they have to get the ball back. 7.5 minutes remaining in the game. Stuckey on a quick pitch to Low.
There's a big play right
Todd
there.
Graham along with Saylor in on the tackle. Glenn Islami coming over from his tackle spot. But Graham moving up quickly on that pitch. 1 yard gain only. Second down, 9. And all you have to do is make a couple of first downs and you can chew off minutes of time. They've already chewed up a couple of minutes on this series, on this drive. Ball's at the 42. They give it to Lowe. Big opening up the middle. Spins away. All the way up to the 40-yard line of Aquinas. The ball popped loose. They're saying he's down. I believe the official is marking the ball down. Stern had the ball in his hand, but it's a first down for Bishop Foley as Dan Lowe bursting through.
Lowe has made both the key runs in the ball game for Foley. A very good runner. Once he gets loose, he's very quick.
Watch the blocking right up the middle. And really a last chance tackle. Wait a minute, we've got a flag down now. And, oh my goodness, unsportsmanlike conduct against Aquinas. I think they were very upset that they didn't have the football there, Phil. And somebody may have said something they will regret later.
It looks like the bench got that penalty.
Yep.
I don't really believe, we didn't get a replay of that, but it looked as though he was down on the play.
Well, as soon as that knee hits the ground, you are down. An official had the ball marked. Tacked on 15 big yards on the penalty.
Well, Aquinas can ill afford to allow another touchdown. That would really put a nail in the coffin.
So now it's way down at the Aquinas 24-yard line. Stuckey to Lowe. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for a short gain. Coming up on 6 minutes remaining in the game.
Another thing to keep in mind, Aquinas has used 2 of their timeouts allotted in the second half already.
DeSanta and Graham on the tackle. Gained 3 yards. Second down, 7 at the Aquinas 21-yard line. The Raiders must get the football back, but Foley driving all the way down. Impressive drive. Keeping control of the football and running out the clock. They give it to their halfback, Dan Lowe, who's seen lots of action this afternoon.
35.
What a great ball game it's been, though.
Brings up third down, 5. Ball at the Raider 19. Aquinas trails by 3.
It won't surprise me to see Stuckey put the ball up in the air, even though they are ahead.
Clock continues to run. Venture crowd coming to life. Schneider has it this time, and he's going nowhere. Hit immediately. Islami on the tackle. 4th down, 4 yards to go, and now what do they do here, Phil?
I think they're gonna put the ball up in the air, look for that first down. They want to get the first down here and keep possession of the football.
Clock continues to run. Aquinas endangered. Ending their unbeaten season broken right now. 4:27 remaining. Clock is stopped. Ventures will call time at this point. 17-14 Venture lead. And this is again key play. We use that word many times, especially in the second half. This play right here may be the football game, Phil.
Each time Bishop Foley has needed a key play, they've sent the man in motion and looked for either the man in motion on a pattern down the sideline or the big number 81 Bennett over the middle.
They'll probably look for something like that. They've had success hitting those tight ends all day long in the short zone areas, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards out there. And that would be a safe pass right now. We'll wait and see. Who knows? Maybe they'll put it up in the end zone. Cross everybody up.
Yeah, a touchdown would really
that'd be a gutsy call.
Foley a lot of good right here, wouldn't it?
The Raiders, their backs to the wall.
Boy, nobody is out here on number 81.
They're looking to throw. It's complete at the 15, down to the 10.
Big mix-up on the Aquinas defense. 81 Bennett was split wide. Nobody had him covered at all to the last second. That was too late. He cut across the middle and was wide open for a big first down.
Boy, I don't know if you could hear that on our microphones. We got some of the Aquinas coaching staff up here, and he jumped out of the press box to yell down to the team. I don't know if anybody heard him, but 81 was open. Yeah. Mike Bennett caught it.
DeSanta and Stearns, the two wide side halfbacks, had a mix-up on that play.
First and 10 at the 10. And now 5-yard penalty, delay of game will be marched off against the Ventures because they took just a little too much time there. They've been waiting the last possible second while keeping this drive alive.
That penalty is really big. Aquinas has to hold that ball back beyond the 10-yard line so that they can keep young Valancourt out of field goal position.
First and 15, clock is stopped, 3:47 remaining. 3-point Venture lead, 17-14. Bishop Foley over Aquinas. Ball's at the 15-yard line. First down, Mulligan in at quarterback. Hands the ball to Dan Lowe, flags on the play.
That is in the vicinity of holding, and number 54 of Foley looked like he was guilty.
And that's what the motion is right now. They're going to back Foley up again. And not only does this move them back yardage-wise, but it does stop the clock. And
everything right now is Aquinas hasn't had too many breaks in the ball game. It seems like Foley's had them all. And this right now, they've moved him back from the 10 back to the 30-yard line. And not only have they put him out of field goal range, Bob, but they've also established maybe a little bit of field position for their last drive. Stuckey's going to have to put the ball up now, I think.
So now, first down, they need.
No, they have to score a touchdown.
They have to score. It's right down at the goal line. Is where the end of the chain goes, but it's at the 30. They had the ball all the way down to the 10. 2 penalties moved them back. Stuckey gives it to Lowe. Off right tackle. Islami is there. Saylor getting off the pile. 3 minutes remaining. Fourth quarter. Mulligan comes in with Zeider. Second down. Ball's at the 28. Mulligan will throw. Batted away and almost intercepted. Todd Graham got his hands on that one again, Phil.
Yeah, Graham did, and 3 other Aquinas players had a shot at that. The only reason you don't want to put the ball up there if you're Bishop Foley, you have the lead. No use in putting the ball up in a chance of number 1, an interception, and a return for a touchdown, or just change the possession. And number 2, you're stopping the clock.
Right.
And Aquinas has already used 2 timeouts. That definitely to their advantage to see the ball up in the air. I don't think a touchdown is that important right now to Foley. The clock is what's important.
Very true. Third down at the 28. They must score. 3rd and goal from the 28-yard line. Here comes Trito. Stuckey rolls. He's going to keep it. Avoids the tackle. Cuts inside down to the 25-yard line, where that'll bring up 4th down. Nothing fancy there. Stuckey just keeping the ball in play, staying in bounds. The clock is running.
Butch Saylor on the play again. Seems like Saylor, Islami, and Graham have been in on almost every play today.
You keep saying those names.
Let's give credit to the Foley Ball Club. They've taken advantage of the opportunities that have come their way, and they've really capitalized on them.
And now Bishop Foley calls time with 2:16 remaining. They have a 3-point lead over Aquinas. Aquinas 4-0 coming into today's game.
I don't know if I understand that timeout either. Again, Bishop Foley doing Aquinas a favor and stopping the clock. The only thing that they can do is score a touchdown. If not, they're going to have to change hands anyway, so it would seem that it'll be their advantage to let the clock run at least, but that's not the case. And if Aquinas can hold, they're going to have a good 2 minutes to attempt to drive down the field goal for either a tying field goal or a touchdown.
Well, if they were going to attempt a field goal, which they are not.
I think that's a little bit out of his range right now. They're definitely going for it.
Well, they've got to get it into the end zone, so what they're looking to do is at least pick up some good yardage on the play and possibly put Aquinas in deep in their own territory to start their final drive. There's a quick toss out to Rossman, or Bennett rather.
Yeah, Bennett. It was just a safe play, I think. Move the ball a little bit closer downfield. Now Aquinas has to drive 82 yards for either a touchdown or a field goal. And they only have a couple minutes to do it in.
We'll see what kind of 2-minute offense the Raiders can come up with. 2 minutes remaining, and they start at their own 18-yard line. Nelson with Kay in the backfield. Nelson fakes, rolls left, rolls up. He's got Gendron open at the 25. He's caught the ball, fumbled it. Now wait, they're going to say he's down. Completed pass.
Good defensive play, though. You can give up the 5, 6, 7-yarder. It's a big one you worry about here.
No huddle. Gendron's pass is good for 8 yards. 2nd down and 2. Nelson with some time throws. Oh, and almost intercepted, and a big hit on winger by Petrino, and that was an awkward situation as he bent him backwards, and
he looks like he may be hurt pretty good too. He had his neck bent backwards on that ball on that play.
Boy, what a scary play there. As I think that's winger that's down, number 15.
Yeah, it is winger, Bob.
He's in an awkward position, reaching for the ball and on the ground, and was hit by Petrino, and had his neck bent backwards. Boy. He's still down, and John Zhang, the coach of
take
a look and see.
You can't blame Petrino. Wow. He made a super hit.
And John Zhang, the coach of Foley, was the first man out there. He saw that there was a serious situation there, but Winger seems to have shaken it off. He's okay.
Those are the things that really scare you in football, plays like that, because you never want to see any player hurt, especially hurt seriously.
Well, it's 3rd down and 2, 1:28 remaining.
Entering the ball game, I think for the first time for Aquinas, is going to be number 30. He's a junior wide receiver, Joe Lydell. Lydell, last year as a sophomore, was a 10-5 sprinter and a 100-yard dash, and he's a threat every time he gets the ball.
Okay, we'll keep our eyes on Joe, number 30, Joe Lydell into the game. Ball's at the 27-yard line. The Raiders have 1:28 seconds to go. 74 yards. They've got a long way to go. Nelson calling the signals. Setting it up, scrambling out of there, and throwing it long down the field, put it way up, and what a defensive coverage. They were looking for Lydell, and he was triple teamed out there, Phil.
Yeah, that's the guy they were looking for. Joe's got a lot of speed, and it was just a second too late, I think, on the pass.
Boy, I'll tell you, Howard Nelson threw that ball at least 50 yards in the air, Phil.
Yeah, he almost had him, too. Just another step, and he would have had him. And now, 4th and 2, you can't go for the bomb. You got to get a first down, or you lose possession of the football.
I'm surprised they went for the bomb on that particular play,
surprised.
because they do need the 2 yards. Get the first down. You know, Well, that's why we're up here and they're down there. 1:20 remaining, clock is stopped. We'll start on the snap. Nelson rolling right. This is the ball game here. He hit Piccioni. It popped out of his hand. And I believe it's incomplete.
No, I think he hit him right. It was incomplete. I thought it might have bounced right back in his hands.
It looked for a minute as if it did.
I can't tell right now.
Well, let's take a look.
Oh,
yeah, it popped out. And Bishop Foley is held. Tough break. Bob Piccioni was open and hit him right in the chest, and it popped out there and he was hit.
You couldn't tell if he had caught it or it hit the ground when it came back down, but that's irrelevant right now. The ball is turned over to Bishop Foley, and Aquinas is in a very difficult situation. We have one timeout left, and they can't stop the clock.
1:14 remaining. Mulligan falls in the ball. Clock runs.
Nothing you can do now. The clock's going to run out on you. And the big play was the tip pass in the first quarter, which Foley scored a 35-yard pass play, and they took advantage of the breaks, and that's what brought them out on top of this ball game.
Things looking very grim now for the Raiders. About to lose their first football game, barring any sort of a miracle here with 40 seconds remaining. They trail by 3 points. And
what a big upset for Foley. The number 4 rated team in the state in both the Free Press and the News, and they fall to the Bishop Foley, who right now, it would seem, has the clear path to the Prep Bowl down against Brother Rice. They've already played the 2 top teams in the conference, De La Salle and Aquinas, and they look as though they're going to beat them both.
Aquinas calls their final timeout. The clock stops with 36 seconds remaining. And all it will take is a couple more snaps of the football. And Aquinas may get their hands on the ball one more time for a last-second play, but
I don't think they have any timeouts left, though, so
it's going to be tough. 3rd down, 12, but that's really irrelevant. The ball's at the Raider 27. Mulligan will come in at quarterback for the Ventures. We really have to give Bishop Foley some credit. As you say, they've beaten, or about to beat, number 4 rated team in the Class B state rankings. Mulligan falls on it. The clock will run.
Boy, a real tough loss in a game that was very evenly played, very hard fought, and you got to give both teams, both coaching staffs, a lot of credit.
And what a frustrating moment right now for the Raiders as they count it down here. And before they get to count things down, a flag will go because there's a delay penalty on it. They let the clock run down. They'll take the 5-yard penalty. Snap the ball one more time, and Bishop Foley will come away with a big upset victory over the Aquinas Raiders today. And a very exciting football game, one in which several weird and unusual plays have turned the tide. A tip play that allowed Foley to take the lead.
Yeah, great ball game, though. It doesn't seem like any of the teams in Class A or B, just as in college this year, can seem to go undefeated. You run into a roadblock. There's so many good teams.
1 tick of the clock remaining. Stuckey is in to handle the snap. He'll fall on it. No. Well, he's going back, and he'll go down. The clock runs out. The ball game is over. And Bishop Foley has pulled off an upset over Aquinas 17-14 here at Bishop Foley High School. And a very discouraged group of Raiders across the way. What a game for Foley and Coach John Zhang. I will recap the scoring for you as the teams shake hands on the field. 6:32 mark of the first quarter. It was a 37-yard field goal by Valancourt. That put Bishop Foley in the lead, 3-0. Aquinas came back. 52-yard pass play to Bob Piccioni from Nelson. That made this score 6-3 as the point after failed. And near the end of the first quarter, 50 seconds remaining, a 36-yard. That was the unusual tip play that we've talked about, which really turned the tables in this ball game. 36-yard play. Petrito got his hands on it, tipped it to Schneider, who went on in to score. That made it 10-6 with the point. And Aquinas came back, though, strong. 11:54 remaining on the first play of the fourth quarter. A 10-yard touchdown pass. For Foley. That was Foley, a 10-yard touchdown pass at the first play of the fourth quarter, Stuckey to Lowe. And then we saw Howard Nelson doing some fine passing all the way down the field, found Gendron on a 25-yarder. Two-point conversion went to Bob Pichelny, and looked as though at that point, with the score 17-14, that Aquinas had gotten the momentum back, but a very tough offensive performance by Foley as they got the ball back, ate up most of the fourth quarter, Phil, and marched the ball all the way down.
That was a great drive. They kept control. We said that they were either going to keep control and win the ball game, or Aquinas would get a couple shots at it. And, you know, there was a fluke play maybe on the pass, but you have to give Bishop Foley a lot of credit. They won maybe their biggest ball game they've ever played in football. And they've got a real clear path right now to the Silverdome.
And they beat a very good Aquinas football team. Both teams now 4-1 on the season. First loss of the season for Aquinas. So for Phil Biondi, this is Bob Lewandowski saying so long from Madison Heights, Bishop Foley High School. Final score once again, Bishop Foley 17, Aquinas 14. So long, everyone.